Hi, welcome to my tutorial. Today we're going to be looking at great ways to use the onboard chipboard. As you can see, the chipboard comes in a pack with quite a few different sheets with different designs on them. This is the batch of blooms there. As you see, I've used quite a few of mine already. And today I'm going to show you a few ideas on how to use your chipboard with your cards. I'm going to start off with some flowers. I'm just going to pop them out, and a butterfly, and a circle, and a ring. Okay. When these pop, you'll see that they've got a little nick, a little tab on the edges, and you'll be needing a nail file or a sanding block, and you can just take those little tabs off with your nail file. You can be quite rough with it, it's not going to break, so I'm just going to take the tab off this ring. The first thing that I'm going to show you today is we're going to glitter this ring. So I'm going to use some heat and stick powder. You need a Versamark pad, my dazzling diamonds, which I keep in a pot like that for ease of putting it on stuff. Also stops everything from going everywhere, and my heat and stick powder, which I also keep in a tub. I'm just going to pop those to one side for a minute. I'm going to open up my Versamark pad, and I'm just going to push my chipboard into my Versamark pad. You can be quite generous with this because you want it to stick. Okay. So it's all over the chipboard. Now I'm going to take my heat and stick powder, and I'm just going to pour that quite generously all over the chipboard. And give it a little tap, or I just put my finger in it, just put a little bit more. And I'm just going to use my heat tool. This might be a little bit noisy, but you just run your heat tool over the top until you see the heat and stick powder melting, and it will go a clear colour and just look wet. And you want to keep your heat tool moving, you don't want to keep it on your heat and stick for too long. And then once you've got your heat and stick all melted, it makes it all sticky, and then you can put your dazzling diamonds over the top of your heat and stick powder. The heat and stick powder just gives you a really good base for your glitter to go on, and means that you won't shed as much glitter. So I'm just going to heat that up again just to set it. You don't want to take too long to do this, otherwise it will stop the heat and stick powder from sticking. And there's one finished piece of chipboard. That's one way to use the chipboard. Another way we're going to use, I'm just going to take the edges off this circle, you've got no tabs all the way around it. And this one I'm just going to emboss. So once again I've got my white embossing powder in a sandwich tub. Excuse me. And I'm going to cover my chipboard in Versamark. You could use any slow drying ink for this, but I do like my Versamark. And then I'm just going to put it inside my tub of embossing powder. Give it a tap to get off any excess. And once again I'm going to use the heat tool, so it's going to be a bit noisy again. And you just heat it up until it goes to liquid. And see, once it starts turning, it turns really quickly. Emboss disc, which you could use for anything. And the way I like to do it, I usually emboss it in silver, but then I take my crocodile, and you can make it into a nice tag just by pushing the crocodile really easily through the chipboard. And then you've got a nice disc that you can use to hang on something.